Hello and welcome back to this
It's
playthrough of
so good
Skyrim
to
on
see
Legendary.
Up to no good, are we? I'll teach you.
Uh,
It'll
okay.
cost you.
Yeah, I couldn't train with her. Boom. I am gonna start the the Civil War. I'm quite close to leveling up actually, it's not bad. Then I'm gonna go to the Feralda and no matter what it costs, I'm probably just gonna train the levels. Because destruction is very, very slow.
The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure.
I think I've already watched this a million times.
He'll size you up and see where we can best use your talents.
So as we're doing this, I'm probably gonna talk a little bit about the Stormcloaks and the Imperials. I've mentioned this before. I lean slightly more towards the Imperials, but I joined the Imperials before, and I usually always do. So I'm gonna join the Stormcloaks this time, even though it's a little bit weird because it's the most popular thing to do. Most people do it, but you know, throughout the storylines, I'll be talking a little bit about both sides and yeah, and these kinds of stuff. It's gonna be pretty fun. And yeah, I'm gonna explain my reasoning for liking the Imperials, why I'm joining the Stormcloaks, stuff like that. It's gonna be lengthy. How goes the war? Yeah, I definitely want to know a little bit more about the backstory and the lore, so I may have to speak to Elisif and stuff like that, you know, about it. Let's just start from the top.
Soon enough, we will march on Solitude. And on that day, the heroes of Sovngarde will march with us. And the Empire will fall to its knees in fear.
Tremble in fear before me. At Helgen, they say you shouted the king to death.
Not entirely true. Though not entirely false either. Any Nord can learn the way of the voice by studying with the Greybeards, given enough ambition and dedication. My shouting Torg to the ground proved he had neither. However, it was my sword piercing his heart that killed him.
Yeah, that's like me shooting someone in the leg with a pistol and then stabbing them with a knife and saying, hey, it was a knife that killed them, bro. Why are you fighting this war? I think I've asked him all this before.
We're fighting because we're done bleeding for an empire that
Bleeding.
won't bleed for us.
Yeah.
Untold numbers of Nords died defending the Empire against the Dominion. And for what? Skyrim being sold to the Thalmor so the Emperor could keep his throne. We're fighting because our own Jarls, once strong, wise men, have become fearful and blind to the people's suffering. We're fighting because Skyrim needs heroes, and there's no one else but us.
I think Ulfric has some of the greatest, well, voice and dialogue. I think his voice is unique, right? It isn't used by anybody else. Why did you kill the High King? Sure.
I killed Toruk to prove our wretched condition. How is the High King supposed to be the defender of Skyrim if he can't even defend himself?
Well, I could kill you though. Not really, because he can't die, but I could kill him technically, and then that means that you can defend Skyrim. Some call you a murderer.
Indeed, Elisif has become Jarl of
Elisif.
Solitude. Historically and conveniently home of the High King, backed by Imperial interests. But the Moot has not yet met to name her High Queen. And they won't. Not as long as I have any say in it.
I believe Skyrim is pretty much split down the middle. Some people support Ulfric, some people support the Empire, like Whiterun and stuff supports the Empire. Obviously Windhelm and a few other places support Ulfric. So yeah, it's pretty split down the middle. That's why he's saying that the mood is like all the Jarls coming together, I think, and deciding who the High King is. Which, by the way, I'm probably gonna forget that, but I need to talk about it after this. I'm gonna write it down.
I challenged him in the traditional way, and he accepted. There were many witnesses. No murder was committed. True, he didn't stand a chance against me, but that was precisely the point. He was a puppet king of the Empire, not a High King of Skyrim. His father before him, perhaps, but not Toruk. He was too privileged and too foolish. More interested in entertaining his queen than ruling his country.
Also, he gave lap dances or something?
There hasn't been a true High King in Skyrim for generations. For too long, he's been handpicked by the Emperor and given emphatic nods by milk-drinking Jarls addicted to Imperial coin. It's time we had a real High King, one of our own making.
Okay. How did you become
My
Irish Marshal?
father, the Great Bear of Eastmarch, died during my imprisonment after the Markarth incident. I, his only son, forced to deliver his eulogy via letter I had smuggled out of prison. Such is the love of Titus meat for his subjects. When finally set free, I returned to Windhelm and was greeted by a city in mourning,
Windhelm.
at one with my own grief and anger, clamoring in angry voices, calling out for justice, for war. They sat me on the throne of Ysgramor, the throne of my father. I only hope I can prove worthy of that honor.
Man, the companions are some of my favorite guilds, and I like the honor of them and all that stuff. But then again, it's just weird because I lean towards the Empire in the actual Civil War. So it's like it's such a back and forward, you know,
If you made it through all that, you're likely worth something to me.
which is perfect.
But first, tell me, why does a foreigner want to fight for Skyrim?
I beg your pardon. I am a Nord, a big man. Skyrim is my home. By the way, the whole thing about racism with these guys is a little bit overblown. They will accept anyone who wants to fight for Skyrim, is at least what they tell you. If you talk to these guys, you can be any race and join them as long as you want to bleed for Skyrim. Something like that is what they say. Yeah, I guess this one.
Can't fault anyone for that. As long as you hate the Empire as much as I do, that I can work with. All right. But before I can put you to use, I need to know how much you can take. I have a little test for you.
Sure, bro.
That's what I like to hear. So long as you can back up those words with steel. I'm sending you to Serpentstone Island. If you survive, you pass. If you die, well, you're not going to be much use to me anyway.
Yeah, bro, but I'm an agent of Nocturnal, right? He gives us luck, or I mean quick saving, so I can just quick load the same.
It's where men have tested their metal for ages. It's a strange rock formation built by the ancients. Something about that place attracts the ice wraiths. You kill an ice wraith out there, and I'll have all the proof I need about you.
Who's like littering in here? I have no idea. I'm going alone. Sure about this.
We'll see about that.
We'll see, won't we? Yeah. His armor is pretty cool as well.
You have something to say? I'm afraid my days
If I miss it,
Let's go kill an ice wraith and join the Stormcloaks. Officially. Like I said, last time I was a Redguard and I joined the Imperials, which is the thing I've joined the most. By the way, the moot is, like I said, I believe that's like a gathering of all the Jarls and stuff like that. The moot actually chose Torrig, if I'm not mistaken, is what I've heard in the true lore of this game, including Ulfric, I suppose. Yeah, so at least, you know, the majority of the people chose Torrig as their High King. And although it probably was, you know, a little soft and all that stuff, he still didn't deserve what Ulfric did to him. Because the way I understand was that Ulfric Ulfric blackmailed Torrig in a way. I have explained all of this before, but I mean, this series has gone on for many moons, right? So it's kind of very unlikely that someone has seen everything. But, you know, Torrig respected Ulfric quite a bit. If Ulfric had asked him, I believe it's stated in the game, I want to go to Solitude and talk to people there about this stuff. Because I believe it is stated in the game that if Ulfric had asked Torygg, just asked him outright, to do whatever the hell Ulfric wanted, Torygg would have said yes because he respected him so much. But you know, Ulfric misused his power, so to speak, and you know, challenged Torygg because he wanted to kill him. I don't know. I guess he wanted to prove that he could or whatever. And Torygg had to accept because this is where the blackmail comes in. Torygg had to accept because, as a Nord and the Nord tradition, both of them are Nords. If someone challenges you like that, you cannot refuse. Otherwise, you're dishonorable and you will not go to Sovngarde, right? Not anybody. Also, I think it's implied in the game that different races can go to Sovngarde, not just Nords. So Ulfric knew that if Torygg said no, he wouldn't go to Sovngarde, right? So Torygg basically told him, okay, so you either fight me and die right now, or you don't go to Sovngarde. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing ever? Torygg blackmailed him in that sense. He was like, yeah, you want to go to Sovngarde? Yeah, you want to be an honorable Nord? Well, then you're gonna have to die right now by my hand. And I have already been to Sovngarde. You can only go there one time. But you do meet Torygg there, and I don't think I spoke to him like a muppet. But you can totally do that. Maybe he gives you some true lore again about him and Ulfric's conversation. But it's just that particular thing right there. Ulfric threw his entire honor out the window, like being an honorable Nord, taking care of your own. That's also something that Rikka, which is the legate for the Empire, she says as well that Ulfric slaughtered the people he was trying to protect after the Markarth incident. I don't know, maybe that's the Forsworn that they're talking about. I'm not too certain. I think they're a mix of Nords and Bretons. So, yeah, the Forsworn were driven out of Markarth by the Stormcloaks. And maybe there was some sort of massacre happening in Karthwasten. And that's what Legate Rick is talking about. But Ulfric is not very, well, at least, you know, for now, from what I understand, not very honorable.
You're alive. I owe Ulfric a drink.
In a sense.
I have to admit, I didn't think we'd be seeing you again. I misjudged you. You're definitely Stormcloak material. It's time we made this official. You ready to take the oath?
Sure, bro.
Not at all. That was as much a test of your abilities as it was your resolve. I wasn't sure your heart was in it, but you've proven me wrong, and I respect that. Now, if we're done being sentimental, it's time for you to take the oath. Before you're one of us, you must swear fealty to Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak, future High King of Skyrim. You must also pledge unswerving loyalty to your fellow Stormcloaks, to Skyrim, and to her people.
Okay.
That's the...
I'm ready.
I do swear my blood and honor to the service of Ulfric Storm,
Sure.
Jarl of Windhelm,
Windhelm.
and true High King of Skyrim. As Talos is my witness, may this oath bind me to death and beyond.
Talos is another thing that I absolutely love. Talos and the companions, Isgramor, are like the pros for the Stormcloaks in my opinion.
Even
There are probably more though,
as to my fellow brothers and sisters,
but I can't think about them right now. The armor, that runs right there.
All hail the Stormcloaks, the true sons and daughters of Skyrim. Which means you get to tag along on a little trip with... Oh, and here... You're a Stormcloak now.
Yeah, but I don't want the shitty armor. No, I don't. I don't want the shitty blue armor. Big man. I like your armor, which I think you get later on. Oh, you actually get this shitty helmet as well. You don't even get the cool guard helmet. They're a bunch of milk drinkers. What's your mission?
I have found the final resting place of the Jagged Crown. Can you believe it? Well, I'm almost certain. We're headed to Corvinjune. But if old King Borgus is indeed buried there, we're bound to run into trouble of some kind. Your fellow Stormcloaks are already assembling outside the tomb. I'll meet you there as soon as I'm finished up here.
Yeah, rah! What's the jagged
Have you
crown?
not heard that ancient verse?
Let's know.
More unleashing rays of snow, of dragons from the blue brought down, births the walking winter's woe, the High King in his jagged crown. Going way back to King Harold's time, or even before, the High King always wore the jagged crown. It was the symbol of his might and power. The crown is made from the bones and teeth of ancient dragons, and it is said to contain a portion of the power of every king who has worn it.
Cool.
True or not, who would dare deny Ulfric's claim when the legendary jagged crown sits upon his brow?
Oh, so that's what they want. Will he wear that? I guess maybe he does wear it. You anticipate danger. No, let's just go, bro.
No reason then, the crown would
Those are just questions about the fake lore. You know, we're looking for questions about the true lore. Let me tell you, I'll go meet him in Corvinjund. A little surprise will also be in Corvinjund, which is wicked. Let me tell you. Let's talk about how shitty the Empire is. So, well, that's the thing though. I'm so biased towards the Empire. I don't even know. I feel like the banishment of Talos was a little bit much, right? But I don't know if General Tullius really had a say in that. Oh my god, never should have come here. Obviously, Legate Ricke is a Nord, so she'd like to worship Talos. And she probably did it, accepted it because she had to, pretty much. Let's keep this guy on the ground. Let's drive that snow back to the ground, which is what the enemies say, but I have no idea what that means. Dragon Rend. Because, you know, you ought to let people... that's the thing, though. I think the elves do feel threatened by Talos, and that's why they banished his worship. However, there are still shrines of Talos here and there, including in Whiterun, which is an Imperial city, right? Because there are plenty of Nords in Whiterun, including the companions, so... but I think that the Empire... Really? Is this like... Were you born yesterday?
ready.
Oh my god, they keep being oblivious to seeing dragons. Hold on a minute, let's go.
That's what I like to hear.
Do you guys see me absorb the soul, by the way? Yeah? The skies, don't worry about it. Come on.
Where did it come from?
What do you keep? Just let's go. What are you talking about? Imperial dogs! How about you die? Why won't you die? I believe these enemies are quite low level. Now, in the Stormcloak and Imperial storyline, if you want to use your werewolf powers, you can, but you ought to keep in mind that I think you can't do it if you're using essential characters. So if you're joining this side, if you have and you're less, yeah, that's a great combat. What is his name? Galmar. If Galmar is with you, you probably shouldn't turn into a werewolf and feed on bodies. And if Legate Ricke is with you, you probably shouldn't do the same thing. So essential characters that cannot die, you probably shouldn't do that. Also Rayloff and Hadvar, whenever the heck you meet them. These guys can sometimes have amulets of Talos on them. I would imagine that it would be more prevalent with the Stormcloaks, like if you're killing Stormcloaks. But I think the Imperials can have it as well, right? Maybe not. Maybe that's like the whole thing. Bro, take it easy. This is a master lock that you can pick. I don't currently have the skeleton key. I don't know what it does, actually. It doesn't look like it's like a shortcut or anything. But yeah, banishing the worship of Talos, that's terrible. The elves... I mean, I don't like the elves. No one really likes the flippin' Thalmor, do they? They are true races, really. And all that sort of stuff. They don't try to hide it or anything.
I like it. Short and but do not make the mistake of underestimating the Legion. Plenty of them are Nords, same as us. We had the advantage of surprise this time, but things won't be so easy from here on out. Enough talk. Let's go kill some Imperials.
Dude, this game is Peggy 15. You can't say that. Short and bloody. Are you mad? That completely threw me off. Completely threw me off. I can't even. So yeah, I'm not gonna turn into a werewolf now. But I mean, there's no point. I already have the achievement to like do the whole werewolf thing, and I kind of don't want to. I guess I can just hit my storm. No, because I can't hit Galmar. See, I wonder. I don't think that's the case. But doing this, shouldn't this give me XP for every single person I hit? Technically, it doesn't look like it would. I think you still only get XP for one. Yeah, probably. Because I'm hitting like 80 people. That's... Don't worry about it. I counted, that's how many people I'm hitting. As I way back up, because I fall. That is a shortcut back there. What else have the Empire done to be shitty about it? Other than banishing the worship of Talos. I don't even know, man. They signed the White Gold Concordat. Made Elisif the Jarl of Solitude. She doesn't have a lot of say, I don't believe, in terms of what like Ulfric says. And General Tullis pretty much controls everything. You guys keep freaking flying away. This is what I trained for. I know. Shh. I need to loot them for Amulets of Talos. Oh, Kinnereth. You bloody Imperial, what are you, huh? Some Kinnereth worshipper? Dude, I took them by surprise. Not really, I just charged in here. This guy keeps his iron battle axe no matter what level you are. He doesn't have a leveled weapon on him.
I don't like the look of this. Perfect spot for an ambush. 10 to 1.
Oh, here we go. But yeah, this is, I mean, at one point you're gonna get the quest to clear out different forts and stuff. And that's probably where you want to use the werewolf if that's what you want to do. Ideally, you don't want to use dual casting either. I have a feeling that that's a little bit worse. Or like, it consumes more mana than you do damage, basically. It doesn't have a good mana to damage ratio. Come on, come on. Oh, I messed it up. Really? I fought your twin. I fought like 3 of you already. This is what I trained for. Come on, let me shoot him. Thank you. Oh, that's the empty chest right here. Filthy Imperial. This is probably some sort of warrior skill, as you would call it. These guys, did I say that already? They're probably level locked to a fairly low level, as a matter of fact. They're not that high level, so you can do this at any point, and that's why I'm saying the werewolf can also be really good, because when you're a werewolf, you obviously lose your defenses. You don't have armor or anything like that, even though you can stack it with certain things like Berserker Rage, if you're an orc. Dragon Aspect, I believe, flesh spells you can stack it with. So cast Alteration spell and then turn into a werewolf. But of course, you don't have that forever, so you need to keep that in mind. But it can definitely be really good, because one of the things Dragon Aspect does, you know, Mul Khadiv, it gives you better power attacks, stronger power attacks, and as a werewolf, that's like a staple. You want to definitely use that. For the glory of the... No, that's the wrong thing. I mean, for Ulfric and Skyrim. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, no. You're a dead man. Is that all you got? Man, the fact that they don't let you keep the jagged crown is really depressing. I don't like that at all. Is this an adventure? Oh, I didn't get hit. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. That I got hit. Okay. Where is the claw? I need the claw, my guy. I think one of these great adventurers will have them on them. It's right on the floor, I see it. Amulets of Talos. I mean, all I need is 2 technically. I need to keep one on me, and I need to... Wolf, Moth, Dragon. To make a thing in my house. Wolf, Moth, Dragon, right? Yeah. So that, you know, I can get the blessing of Talos every now and again. Hopefully this place is not guarded by Dragon Priests. I don't think so, because... Because Dragon Priests cannot wear the crown, and if I'm not mistaken, that's what the Draugrs do. One of them is wearing the crown like a High King wannabe. Who's ready to die today? This is another use for Aura Whisper. This shout is not deemed to be very good in Skyrim standards, along with like Clear Skies as well. They're 2 of my favorite shouts. I like to use them. They're just fun, unique, and you know, you can always find uses for them. This is one of them. You can tell which coffins have Draugrs in them. You don't have to be taken by surprise. But you can also use them for unblooded. Is he calling me a virgin? Is that it? I don't know. I mean, he did say he liked small bloody things. Short and small, isn't that what he said? Let's see what the Bro, take it easy, alright? I need to take my time. Otherwise it's not gonna last for I'm not gonna say that. That's just mean. That is Draugr. I can't be making jokes like that. Yeah, what did you say to me? What did you say about my mother? You may regret that, sir. Have you ever heard of Mool Quadiv? That's called Dragon Aspect. How about you tremble in fear before me? My blade shall pierce your soul. Sorry guys. Let's leave them to their duties. I don't know if I'm close enough to get the expert spell. That would definitely help out a lot. What level am I in? 66, maybe 70 is where you need to be to get the expert, or maybe it's just 65, I don't know. Maybe I should check out with Faralda. Here we go. Hang on a minute, I probably should. I'm not using many things here. Elemental Fury is not going to be necessary for now. Fireballs, invisibility, guess I could do that. And let's just see if there are any shouts. Dragon Aspect can be favorited then. Although it's a once per day kind of thing. Is this a guy wearing... Wow, look at that glitch. He's wearing both the Draugr helmet and the Jagged Crown. Okay, I don't want Galma to be all upset with me. So maybe I should use flames? Jeez Louise. Like the bite of a flea. I don't think these Draugrs can shout me to death. That's good. Oh, they just soon halvik the hell out of him. Davik. I think these guards... Do these guards just keep coming? I know, I'm sorry. Watch it there, brother. I kind of want Galma to be the only one left. That way I can take the aggro. Isn't this great? Hit me, bro. Hit me. Come on. Why don't you stay dead? Because then it wouldn't be a very fun game. This is great.
No, not like this.
This guy can't even die. He keeps taking a knee. I want him out of the picture though, because then Galmar gets more damage and they'll start following me. And then I can use more powerful spells. But then again, would I want to do that? Because that's gonna take a lot of mana away. Let's get this shout. It's a little shitty. Same thing with the skeleton key. Like, why do you have to give this up? I don't like it at all. Last word of slow time. Remember how I'm a necromage vampire? What is the slow time shout again? I don't remember. Tid Vasol, something like that. No, Vasol is Solitaire. I don't remember what it is. The name of the. I probably have to figure it out. Because I love saying shouts. But this is next level awesome. This is like some sort of Matrix avatar mixed with like another cool anime. I have no idea. Look how long it takes him. You just slow type so much for other people. It's ridiculous. This is excellent against dragons as well. When they're flying in the skies. Okay, it didn't last that long. Yeah. I'm not sure how Necromage works in terms of shouts. But this is gonna take way too long. I can't be doing this for 16 years. Oh yeah? Give me that crown. Give me the crown! Give it to me. This is... like, destruction is unfortunately so bad, man. That is so bad. Rah! He's a true Nord, bro, and he never backs down. Here we go, that's the Jagged Crown. A really wicked thing. Like I said, I don't like it that they have forced you to remove it. Look at this.
As quick as you can. Tell Ulrich he owes me a drink. We'll stick around here for a while and see.
All you people do is talk about drinks. And you can also... Wait, isn't Ralof supposed to be here? And that's how you like supposed to pickpocket or reverse pickpocket the crown onto him? All Galmar talks about is drinks. Him and Ulfric are constantly making bets about, you know, your life and stuff like that. Whether or not you're gonna survive, get the crown. He owes me a drink, you owe him a drink. Stormcloak. Did you? Oh my god. You know what? I think that was one arrow too many. I think you guys could have just spared one arrow. I'm kidding. There's not enough arrows for Imperial pigs. Since I'm a Stormcloak now, that's what they're called. Let's go back to the Palace of Kings. Hello, Ulfric.
I'm proud we liberated Falkreath.
We've got the crown.
In many
Why?
ways, it's the heart and soul of Skyrim. Not to mention its rather strategic position. Losing the rift gives Tullius easy access to the south of Eastmarch. Talos preserve us. We must take it back.
When I was in the council in High Hrothgar, Ulfric asked for Falkreath. I have no idea why. Falkreath, Morthal, and Winterhold are like the three shittiest city in the game. I don't know why he asked for that in exchange for Markarth. He must be on some sort of skooma, but whatever. It's the heart of Skyrim in many ways. You know what? It's not even close to where the heart is, so metaphorically that's wrong. It is the city with like the most dead, I think, and it has a graveyard. It's always raining and depressing. So again, metaphorically, that's wrong because that's not, you know, signs of life. What are you on? Is my question. What do you mean it's the heart? Maybe there's some deep lore about that I don't know. But yeah, Falkreath is the heart of Skyrim.
Damn him. That old bear was right. Did you run into any trouble?
No. It's just, we lost a couple of good men.
The blood of our fallen heroes will make Skyrim free.
Blood of
Never
my
doubt
blood.
it. Also, never doubt me or Garmar. Now then, I'm glad you're here.
Don't give me
I have
axes.
a message I need delivered to the Jarl of Whiterun.
Oh yeah.
Deliver this axe to Balgruuf the Greater.
Sure.
Yes, an axe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How long have you been in Skyrim? Give the man my axe. If he keeps it, I will bide my time. If he returns it to you, it means war.
Understood.
Keep your wits about you. The Jarl of Whiterun is known for his temper.
Is he? I don't feel like I've ever I don't understand. I thought the Jarl of Whiterun was looked upon as like not taking action and being all sort of weird about it. I'm gonna do that though in the next episode. Thanks for watching this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.